Hey everybody, it's Doc Green, the Road Scholar, coming back at you. I'm going to give you all a little video today about the lease purchase programs and what you need to do before you show up for lease purchase, what you need to have and everything, and try to get you guys off to a good start. First off, you need to do research. I have a lot of videos about lease purchase in the past and everything, but I think it's about time for another one. I'm getting a few questions about it, so I'm going to go ahead and get on to this video. Guys, listen, I've said this before, I will say it again. If you do not have at least $5,000 to $10,000 saved up in a bank account to go get a lease purchase program from a company, you're not ready for one. As simple as that. Now I hear some guys out here talk about you can get lucky and you can make it and everything. And then I see guys show up at orientation. The reason I'm doing this video is because Trucker Todd did one earlier, and I'm going to come back and say how I feel about it and everything. I agree with him on most everything. However, I will say that I would not go into a truck lease program without at least $5,000, preferably $10,000 in the bank. And guys, if you have not saved up $5,000 to $10,000 driving a truck or whatever before you get into a lease purchase program, then you probably don't have the experience or the qualifications yet to become a lease purchase driver or an owner-operator, in my view. Because if you've not learned how to make and save your money as a company operator, to have that money saved up beforehand, then yeah, you got some learning to do still. That's just the way I feel about it. I'm not trying to downgrade anybody, so you're going to get mad and say, you don't know what you're talking about, I know how to make it. And hey, great, if you can, you can. In my personal opinion, I would not do it with less than $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank. Now, I know if things happen and right before orientation something happens and your car engine blows up at home or something, you got to go buy a new car, then you need to postpone orientation till you save that money back up again. And guys, I have other videos on how to become debt-free and everything and save up emergency funds and everything, and you might need to go back and watch some of those. But on this one, I'm going to say you need to have $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank before orientation. Now, you may hear some background noises, motors running. I'm doing this. It's hot out here. But anyway, that's my own personal opinion, because when you get to orientation, you're going to have you need to pay for your food at night. They'll pay for your hotel, and usually usually 2 meals, depending on which company you're with and everything. But other than that, you're going to need that money in the bank. And I also say you need that money in the bank because if something goes wrong in that truck on your first time out and everything, and you don't have your maintenance account built up, the last thing you want to do is be going in the hole with your company, loaning you money, getting out and everything. And some people go, well, that's okay because I'll pay it back. Well, you're going to pay it back either way. I would prefer to pay it up front, get whatever needs to be fixed, and keep rolling, because things happen, And I know people go, well, if it's a lease purchase program, I should be able to drive it for a while before anything breaks down. You are correct, you should, but you don't know that's going to happen. My view is I'd rather have it than not need it than need it and not have it. I've always said that, always will. So that's my own personal view on that. I have $5,000 to $10,000 in the bank. When you get to orientation, guys, when you drive out of orientation, yes, you've signed a lease, and yes, you are a owner-operator, I guess you could say. And yes, you get to make your own hours and everything, but my advice is to get out there and start pushing it. Most companies give you a few weeks without taking any truck payments or anything when you first start before they start hitting you. DART, I think, is 2 weeks. I know some companies are longer. I've seen some companies up to 5 and 6 weeks before they start taking payments. That doesn't mean you get your truck, you can go home and show off your new truck to your buddies and everything. As Trucker Todd mentioned in his video, guys, you need to get out on that road. So if you're not ready to start driving, go by your house, pick up your clothes, whatever, and hit the road, then you're not ready for orientation yet. You hear what I'm saying? As soon as they give you those keys, you need to be ready to take a dispatch and roll. That's simple, because you've got 2 weeks to stack up some more money. Hopefully you'll never have to touch your original $5,000 to $10,000, because over the next 2 weeks you should be able to, knock in another $4,000 or $5,000 to put that into an account to take care of your maintenance, everything. But the first 2 weeks you need to be rolling. Those free weeks, you need to take advantage of those. Because things are going to happen out here in the future. If your truck breaks down and you have to go in and put it in the shop and then stay there 3 or 4 days, and you're sitting in a hotel room and you don't have that money built up to make those truck payments and everything, you're going to be getting mad at the company, talking about they couldn't keep you rolling. Mechanical things happen on trucks. Things happen. I don't care if it's a brand new truck. I see people drive brand new trucks off the showroom floor. A month later, their truck is back in the shop for about a week. Well, they still got to make those payments. So listen closely, guys. Save your money. Get out here as soon as you get through orientation. Start that truck. Start rolling, collecting your money. Now, I've been with some companies. I'm going to say this. One thing I like about Dart is you get paid after every trip. I don't have to wait until next week to get my paycheck. And some of you guys that are, it's that time of year where a lot of y'all are kind of switching around and everything, looking for better opportunities and everything. If you're going to get with a company, if you've been out here a while and you've driven for a few different companies and you've heard the stories where a guy quits to go to another company and they try to screw him out of his last paycheck and he may not get it or whatever, or he, may not get his check for another 3 weeks after he quits or something. That happens a lot out here. That's one thing I like about Dart. You get paid after every trip. So once you get out of orientation, hop in that truck, start making that money. Make sure it's hitting your bank. Make sure all your banking things are taken care of. And start rolling, start stacking your cash. Guys, this is a very good business to be in. I know you're going to hear some people. One of my big things to tell new drivers, especially lease purchase people who have been company drivers and everything, don't hang out in the driver's room listening to a bunch of bull crap from a bunch of pissed off drivers because they want to be home every weekend. Can you go home every weekend? Sure, you're a lease purchase driver. It's like owner operator. You can tell them, I'd go out here one trip, go home for 3 days if you want. You're going to drown in your payments. You're going to be upside down, and then you're going to want to get on a YouTube video and clown your company when it was your fault. So guys, if you're not ready, if something's coming up, I got a family engagement or I got a wedding to go to right after orientation, or, my son's graduation, then postpone your orientation till you are ready to hit the road for 3 or 4 weeks. You see what I'm saying? Because otherwise, as soon as you sign that paper, you got to pay your insurance. Just because you get away with no truck payment, you still got to make insurance payments, your equipment payments, all that. So you're already starting to go in the hole if you're going to go back home and do all that. So my advice is make sure all your personal stuff is taken care of. You're ready to make that commitment. You already have about $5,000 in the bank. And here's the thing, if you never use that $5,000, that's great. So as soon as you work out here a few weeks and you get those paychecks stacked up and you got another $5,000, $10,000 saved up, take that money, go invest it into a Roth IRA or something for your future. You're not going to lose that money. And, I could use that money for something else. Use it for your future. You hear what I'm saying? Guys, there's a lot of videos I could do about saving up money, getting out of debt, maintaining your lifestyle, setting up your retirement plan. Because when you're a lease purchase driver, people go, I'm going to just buy trucks. I'm going to have trucks running. They're going to make me money every week. Okay, believe that if you want to. My advice is to get into a Roth IRA and some other investment programs and everything and start saving them for a real retirement where you don't have to worry about trucks, worry about drivers, worry about breakdowns or anything like that. It's much more relaxing. But anyway, I'm going to say, you can go back and watch Trucker Todd's video. He's got some good information about, what you need to have prepared and everything. I will say this, before orientation, you're going to make sure that your companies that you've worked for before are ready to respond, because you don't want to get stuck there 3 or 4 days waiting on some guy at some other company who may have a grudge against you and may not respond for 3 or 4 days. You're going to be stuck in a hotel room and everything and not making any money. So make sure all your companies are ready to respond with your experience. Make sure you have all your paperwork ready. Make sure your physical's up to date. I would get a physical done before I showed up. Some people I've seen go to a company and they have to go get a physical. They'll take a day and go get it. You're wasting money. You're wasting time. Make sure all of that stuff is done ahead of time and ready to go. Make sure everything is set. You can go through a Dart orientation in 1 day, or it can take you 3 or 4 days. If you're not ready, you get up there and you didn't have your paperwork and you didn't have all your phone numbers of experience and everything, then it can take you a while longer. Another thing, when you get to orientation, if you go to Dart, they're going to give you a list of trucks. Guys, check those trucks out. Dart checks them out pretty well and everything, but they make mistakes too. These mechanics, it's hot time of year. They're in that garage working all day. They may overlook something. They may overlook a couple of things. So when you go get your truck, check out your truck. Walk around, check the oil levels, check the fluid levels, check the tread, make sure the tread's wearing correctly all the way across the tire. And if it's not, don't let them say, well, we'll get you a new tire. No, I want an alignment done on the truck. Because there's a reason it's not wearing correctly. Now, that's harder to do if you go get a truck with brand new tires because you don't know. And you won't know till you run a few hundred miles, maybe a couple thousand miles, and the tread starts wearing and you start feeling that vibration or something. But as soon as you do, go get it fixed. I see guys out here all the time who go out here and grab a truck that just, oh man, that truck's got the Dallas Cowboy colors. Jump up in it. You know, I don't care what color the outside of the truck is. I care what's under the hood, the brakes. Check your brake pads. Check your suspension system. Make sure your airbags don't have any holes. Make sure they're relatively new. There's no weather damage on them where they're going to get weather rotted and bust out on you or something. Go over the truck you want to get. And guys, another thing, if you can't find a truck at Dart, like I know Dart, I don't know about other companies, it's just Dart. But if you go to a yard and you can't find any truck you like or anything, Dart will send you somewhere else to another yard to look at more trucks. We got trucks all over the country. So you don't have to accept just because, well, we only got 5 trucks here. You have to wait a couple of more days. You're in orientation. No, I'm not waiting. Send me somewhere else to go look at other trucks. You got that right. They're trying to hire you. So make sure you do these kind of things, guys. Take your checks and everything. Make sure your paperwork's done before you get to orientation. Make sure that you have money in the bank before you go to orientation. Because if anything goes wrong out here and everything, mom still got to pay the bills back, or dad, and still got to pay the bills back home. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you got that money in there before you hit the road. That's about the best advice I can give you on preparing for a lease. Dart lease, yes, they have great leases and everything. I love to buy a lease with Dart. This is not a walkaway lease. Some people are going to ask that question. No, it is not a walkaway lease. I am in here for the long haul. This truck will be mine. I'll pay it off as soon as the lease is done. I'll have enough money in my maintenance account to pay this truck off and buy another cash truck. So I'm doing really well. If you are interested in signing up with Dart or anything, hit me a comment below, or you can go to my Facebook page, Road Scholar, on Facebook, and leave me a message, or you can go to my Gmail at roadscholar@gmail.com or dockgiv@gmail.com and leave me a message. And if you do want to call a recruiter, be sure you give them my driver number. It helps me out a lot. It's 86187. That's 86187, and let them know you listen to my videos and everything. And guys, hit subscribe below if you find this information good or anything. And if you want to hear about other topics or anything, or more specifics, because I will do more specifics about a Dart lease on another video. I just want to get this out here because Trucker Todd got on there on his channel and he was talking about it. I haven't done one in a while about that, you know, having money saved up ready to go and everything. So you kind of need to remind people, because the video I did a year ago, you're not going to see if you try to search up, because, you know, it's falling down the list and everything. So I want to, you know, put up a little more updated one and let y'all know what I think you should have. You know, that's just my own personal opinion. Anyway, guys, I hope this helped. Leave me a like below, comment, subscribe. It all helps me out, and I'll see y'all soon.